Welcome to Aerofly FS4 and the Airbus A320. I'll take you on a demo flight, show you how to fly this airplane, but first we need to plan our flight in the world map. So today we're flying from London Stansted to Glasgow and cruising at 26,000 feet. We're taking runway 4 from Stansted and the Barkway to Sierra departure, heading for runway 5 and the ILS approach at Glasgow. Cockpit setup in the Airbus is fairly straightforward, as a lot of it automatically pulls through from your flight plan. For example, if we go to the flight plan page on the FMC, we scroll down, we can see our entire plan has been populated from runway to runway. Perf page already contains V-speeds and flex temp. Our route is correctly displayed on the navigation display, and speed, heading and altitude are all in managed mode. So all we have to do is park and brake off and throttle to the flex position. We'll rotate at the marker shown on the PFD, and once we've got positive rate of climb, we can bring the landing gear up. Shortly afterwards, we can activate the autopilot. There will soon be a flashing message on the PFD telling us to put the throttle in the climb detent. So we'll do that, and the airplane will now climb and accelerate. As the airplane speed reaches the red speed tape, retract the flaps, and the airplane will continue to accelerate and climb. You might find at some points during your climb, the airplane will briefly level off. That's because of altitude restrictions or constraints in the flight plan. This is normal, and as soon as the airplane has passed those restrictions, it will automatically resume its climb. When you see the barometric pressure flashing on the PFD, just right-click the barometric pressure dial to set it to standard pressure. If you have auto-tuning active in the Sim's options, your destination ILS will already be tuned, but if it isn't, just enter it in the scratch pad and click the soft key next to the frequency. At top of climb, the airplane will level off. You'll see an altitude annunciator on the PFD. This will soon be replaced by an altitude cruise annunciator to show you're at your cruising altitude. So at cruise we can prepare for descent. First of all, we need to find our bottom of descent altitude. This is the altitude at the intercept point before the runway. So that's 2,400 at Glasgow, and it's generally 2,000 feet above the elevation of your destination airport. So we'll get that dialed in. Looking slightly ahead on the navigation display, we'll see a white arrow displayed. This signifies our top of descent. When we reach that, we'll need to trigger our descent from 26,000 to 2,000 feet. As the airplane passes the white descent arrow, we'll left-click the altitude dial, and the airplane will begin its managed descent towards the destination airport. Around 10,000 feet you can expect the airplane to level off slightly, and the throttles will go to idle as it decelerates to 250 knots. Once it's completed this, it will continue its descent. During our descent, you'll see the standard barometric pressure start to flash on the PFD. Just left-click the barometric pressure dial to set it to local pressure. Shortly before the destination airport, the airplane will start to decelerate. As it decelerates, apply flaps in line with the speeds displayed here. As we continue to descend, decelerate and get closer to our destination airport, before we turn on to final, activate the visual landing system display and activate approach mode. The plane will now intercept the localizer, and again just continue to apply flaps as the airplane decelerates to its approach speed. On final approach, drop the landing gear. If you find yourself a bit too high on final approach, just dial in a lower altitude and right click the altitude knob to trigger an open descent, which will allow the airplane to catch up to the glide slope as demonstrated here. You can now see the airplane is catching the glide slope, and when it does you'll see a glide slope annunciator on the PFD, at which point we can activate autopilot 2 if we wish for an automatic landing. Around 400 feet you'll see the land annunciator on the PFD. Just before 50, touchdown, 40, the airplane will 30, flare,
20, retard,
idle the throttle.
5.
Upon touchdown, apply reversers and brakes. The plane has a rollout mode which will hold the runway centerline. And that concludes the tutorial. Thanks so much for watching, I hope you found it useful. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe for more flight sim and Aerofly content. Take care, and I'll see you next time.